Wickedy, what's up, and welcome back to episode 8 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. Let's see. I guess, um, let's see. Go to his motor carriage at the front of the Whirling. I guess we gotta sell the rims. This breaks my heart, Kim.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage.
I confiscated this for a little while back.
I
The
appreciate your
lieutenant
help.
nods as you take the spinners.
Okay, now what? Just south.
It's not often. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I haven't had any problems myself.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for... As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
And
It
more
keeps
tasteful
me
goods.
entertained.
There's
Yes,
something I'd like
we'd
to
like
sell.
to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them.
Yes, these are...
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Yeah.
Of course, I meant no offense.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Anything else you're thinking of selling?
This, 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 and this. I'd like to
I'm
sell
not
my
purchasing
clothes.
any more clothing at the and especially that tie. It swallows photons around it.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me spark!
Another time, perhaps. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait, you saw my
You-
gun?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's
You
something I'm
weren't
telling-
quiet. Yourself,
What
you
was
were
I like?
very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it.
Happens to the
It
best of
certainly
us.
does, especially in Revachol.
Who was
She
the buyer?
didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
She must have been one of my
In
rabbit
that case,
fans.
she'll be happy to get a visit from us, if we can find her.
Any idea?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everett wasn't lying, and the...
Have people
Maybe.
from the Union?
Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Of course,
You might be
I
able to
doubt
aid.
it, but I can try and answer any questions you may. I
Anything
do
you know
my
about
best to keep my distance from all.
The
That's all
pawnbroker's
that I-
gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
Quick save.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings the pawn shop is always open.
Roy doesn't sleep. Strange innocent.
Okay, he definitely, looking at his wit, a guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you are.
Okay. Reload that. Save scum. Come on, give us the goods.
Greetings on this. The pawn shop is always open.
Okay,
Okay. Come on.
Greetings. The pawn shop is always open.
feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Pyrrolidon, a
What is
drug
it?
developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
So could you take off your
Why
sunglasses?
on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
I was with the emergency relief brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
It must have been tough.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too. We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to. There wasn't much to volunteer. The clean-up happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but I like the theory more than the story. Outward.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
It's me.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi, badass on-the-edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Yeah, that's me.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. Well?
Sorry
Great.
for your trouble.
Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah.
Another thing. Great. I love those. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
I have a
No,
search
you
warrant.
don't.
How do you
If
know?
you had a warrant, you'd be shoving it in my face right now. Besides, the RCM doesn't do search warrants. I know the law. You'll just have to wait for the kitchen to...
You do realize you can just go into the kitchen at 1300 hours. No need for superstar charm or Sambo style. Sambo is an acronym for Samaran boxing.
Alright.
Graceful.
Yes?
Okay. mean, I am some type of superstar, though.
This is the door to the room you...
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
How do you think today went?
You were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hanged man. So we didn't even inspect the body. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
Though you really dropped the ball on inspecting the body, he doesn't want you to feel too discouraged. Probably out of fear that you will just give up and keep drinking.
Yeah.
It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the facts. We conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
He's a tough
Claire
cookie, that
also
one.
helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
A big relief.
Moving on. We tried to interview the Wild Palms rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
Okay.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
It's part of the jam. I'm a distance man.
It's impressive, to say the least. For a man your age, especially. Those are some stylish shoes too, by the way. Those loafers. Must be hard to run and do like you do.
So, what are our powers
They're quite
exactly?
limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental.
Wouldn't that be
yes,
an easy
although
thing?
indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local.
Uh-huh.
Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not
Okay.
really supposed to play any part in the economic. We
Anything
can
else?
arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
And if
As you
someone
may have
resists,
gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
wait, so if I kill someone while on duty,
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
what happens?
We don't convict. We arrest
Okay.
and send them to
Who makes all
the
these
coalition government and the moral intern. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we... The
What's
Moralist
that?
International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
How would you
They're a
describe?
union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt.
What do they
What
believe?
do they
in?
believe in? They are DeLoreans. They believe they continue the humanist project set for...
What's their
Interesting
symbol?
question. It's the blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion.
Something kind and usual. Something ominous.
The
Dolores,
historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to...
What
The
do you
moral
think of
intern
them?
are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
Uh oh.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me. Do you?
Mm-hmm. It's bad
In
out
fact,
there.
we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI.
Vigilante
Then you
is
will
okay
adore
with me.
Martinez. For many of these people, the Union especially, vigilantes is precisely what we are. Personally, I don't enjoy it much. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How'd you get
You
so
mean
cool?
this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trouble.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
Yes. It's been a long and even...
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. Two glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are
It's
they
our
like
fault
this?
for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Ptolemy Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit
Captain
and a
Price?
standard patrol coat as he
So-
mounts the horse to head home. Rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
Me
Yeah.
too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our... Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
End. Hey, they fixed the window. Hey, he took that hot babe's room. Oh, maybe they didn't fix the window.
The window stands broken in it. You see some lights. The bed is cold.
Crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe
Why?
it's the bed's fault.
Check the
Its
pillow.
synthetic filling has separated into half.
Check
It
the
barely
blanket.
covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. Under your thrumming eyelids,
Roll over
it's a
to the
little
side.
better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed
Something
him?
to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lock, your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids
I know who killed him. Oh no. It was me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
I left. I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get them all
No,
back.
it's gone.
No.
3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Aesolus. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry.
I can come
You're
back
not
from
coming
this.
back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown.
I'm trying to solve
You're
a case.
trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than...
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind.
There's another
oh,
type?
yes, party boy.
Uh-oh.
And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
No. Hey, I healed them all. Wake up, samurai.
Good going, buddy.
I just had the most beautiful dream.
Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What's
You
going on
mean,
with-
why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think?
No.
It is worrying, isn't it? You can't... It's
Why
just
does it
that your
have-
heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
I need to get more of it then. No. I'm going... Wait. No, I can take this. I'm not going...
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days?
Yes.
Suit yourself. Slow, sad shell man.
Aha.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and
Rest.
a mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your
The chain
face
cutters to fix the
adorned
boss.
with the expression.
Yeah.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet.
Yeah. Makes sense.
The fan stands still. The door is closed. This
the
door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them.
What do you mean by rowdy?
Ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to men who drink beer for breakfast. There's talk.
Are these
I
the
completely
men?
forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and one loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it. That would just escalate tension. In fact, even
Let's
one more
roll.
thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
No.
A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that
Then we'll walk past.
Can I
them.
help you? Got the
my
20
bill.
ray out. Good.
There you go.
got the room for the night, but
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
the closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Good day, ma'am. Is everything
Please
alright?
don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast.
Why do you need
to
to
let
use
the
the
young
phone?
woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot. That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark
Oh,
alleys.
not some leg
Start
work.
shaking. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. You have more important things to worry about.
More
No, I don't.
important than a missing expedition.
What
Just some field
expedition?
work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Wait, who's this Gary?
sweetie? It's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband.
All
Oh
right.
my. What happened to the water lock?
Just some technical
Well,
problems.
whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast,
Yeah.
This will
Yes.
surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
and if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband is
yes.
some type... You know, I'm some type of
zoologist.
scientist
A
myself.
cryptozoologist, to be more
Cryptozoo.
precise.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes.
Oh,
My apologies, ma'am.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
There's really no
Yeah.
point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
The most
The
dangerous.
Of Jeroma.
Doesn't sound too bad.
It is. None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
What did
It
look
was
like?
reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and an ungainly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing
Jamie,
in the
pull
woods
up
and
the clip
followed
of the
sound.
amateur
They were
artist
scared and
drawing
wrapped
that.
it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Right, okay.
I'm glad you see it that way. Did we have anything more to do here?
Tell me
Oh
more.
dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are all...
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than
Short,
you, but with a
white
larger
hair.
frame. And
No.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook.
one other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him.
How
We'll
long have
be
you been married?
celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but
How'd you
via
meet?
dating agency, I'm ashamed to say.
Oh.
I was looking to get we hit it off, and, well, here we are. I
think
hope
that's
I've
all
been
good.
useful.
Tell me this
Oh,
rare
sweetie,
insect.
it's fascinating. But,
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
You're right.
of course, dear.
That's all for now. This guy's
The man ponders his cooking utensils. He looks
the
up at
door.
you. Then, shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
You have said you're friends with Tomorrow. Is that true?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you.
Yes.
Boss need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka Borscht! I love it, Bratan!
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew.
Solid. Oh, wait a minute.
The man ponders the mention of mañana. They're friends. He looks up at you. Shrugging is an international.
Okay.
Let me handle this. Detective Disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are?
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
I knew you
That's
weren't the
right.
gardener.
I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter if you recognize our authority. We will.
She says nothing. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are.
You caught her off guard. Push her some more.
He likes you.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
Yeah.
I represent the union and these men here.
A very minor victory.
Where's
Like I
your
already told you,
office?
I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
What if I
you
want to
want
talk to
is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head, you will not lose out on anything good by not saying
Why are
it.
you so aggressive?
You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. No one is emotional here. Do your job.
I will in a minute. That's a good
Yes?
one.
Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
What are you
looking
doing?
for something to read.
Good.
It is.
I'm a
I know
policeman.
you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
Good then.
Mm-hmm.
You
What
need
with?
help?
This citizen thinks she can do without your assistance. Don't buy it. They all need help. Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
My husband? No, he's not.
So where can
I
he
don't
be?
know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So I'm hearing you don't really know where your husband is.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like
No.
to? I can help you find your missing husband.
Why are we still talking about this?
She has the husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
It's
What?
okay. No, it's alright to...
Who said anything about shame? Stop talking down to me. My husband is not missing.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
Maybe your children are missing.
No, absolutely not.
So where are
Are
they?
you a policeman or a nanny?
Nanny,
They are
where's
not
they?
missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking. What if something horrible has happened? What if they're dead?
They're at home, right? Smoking
What?
cigarettes.
That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Jamrock. There's nothing to worry about.
She's getting upset. Her voice has risen as she tries to convince herself that her daughters are safe.
They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now. My
No, no.
youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them.
Yeah,
Why
what
do
do
you
they
need
look
to
like?
know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That there
For
is
the
no
investigation. Is
I
your
don't mean
cockatoo?
to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point.
I
What
don't
is
even
missing?
have a cockatoo. And guess
Alright,
what?
the
Great.
cockatoo's not missing. What did you
Nothing.
mean?
Go read.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your...
Wonderful. The store is open.
The woman before you nods.
Alright. Maybe I am a cockatoo. Just who I was looking for.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Oh, I do
Yes.
like wizards. And people like that in general. They have a...
She
Yes.
means clairvoyance.
Thank you. Okay.
You're back. Good. You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Corruption. That's how...
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. How could I stop you?
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely.
Oh. That's...
The lieutenant looks at you. And you can...
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun? Did he now? Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway, was there anything else you've heard? Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making? The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume... Why, if I may ask? Why make them more drunk, aren't they?
Yes, Detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
Very curious. A very...
Truly. But that's how he operates. He just...
A strange equanimity has overtaken the lieutenant. He's just going with the flow now.
What else? Of course, Detective. Until then, is there... Why,
You're on a
yes, I
boat.
am.
You have a license?
Officer, I assure...
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain. Her nonchalance might be...
Does she
The
have a name?
boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19.
The word it.
Cool, but it
Okay.
needs a name.
How about Cordelati 19? Because it was manufactured in Revachol.
She makes a point of being unromantic
How about
about it.
Dolores?
Why Dolores?
I just like that name.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the fact
Okay,
it's a
what
pleasure
type of
craft.
boat?
A 19... My
Okay.
sloop?
I'm enjoying...
I really do, the lieutenant thinks.
A lot of people
there
have
are.
boats here.
We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
There is a pinch of defensiveness in her voice, but it is pleasant.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
I thought we were
We are. And the city of Revachol.
Still haven't
is-
seen
I
anyone
haven't
else in
seen
the
anyone
boat.
else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor.
Yeah.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean.
She's having a good time arguing against the law.
Good.
What do the
What
Wild
we
Pines
do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines.
So what
the
did they
Pines'
do?
core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain. She enjoys talking about the company. It would not hurt to inquire more. Son Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Why,
You're in good
thank you.
company. Tell me something.
She
else.
nods.
This reality. Ah, yes, the episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy now that I think of it.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Save it.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
Alrighty, I'm gonna save it here, and then we're gonna do this questioning in the next episode, and I will see you all next time.